Hello, kiddies. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Video Store Clerks Podcast.
Welcome to the store.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Christmas again. And this is episode 93. And we are still trapped in the video store.
Take a drink.
Tonight, as we approach this holiday season, we will be talking about the 2003 Billy Bob Thornton Coen Brothers picture, Bad Santa. I have a confession to make.
What's that?
This is the first time I've seen this movie.
What?
Are you serious? How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense.
20 years. 20 years. I might be slow, but I get there in the end.
The 20th anniversary.
I think you know some people.
But nonetheless, we are the Video Store Clerks. I'm Dave, Uncle Dave.
Yeah, man. Kids all grown up.
I'm Mike the Talking Walnut.
Chug Nasty.
So welcome to the store, everybody. Please join us in the chat because we're going to have some fun tonight. But first, we will start the program as we always do with the news.
Jingle bells, the fucking news, you cocksucker.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. The temperature, the heat index right now in McKinney is 10,000. What is that? 101,105. It's hot in McKinney.
They found hell.
Throw another shrimp on the bobby.
It's hot in McKinney.
Let's say
The weekend box office, ladies and gentlemen, taking the number one spot. Beyonce's film Renaissance brought in $22 million.
I don't know shit a movie.
I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly.
The Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Number 2 with 14 mil. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, Godzilla -1. Brought in $11 million. I do want to see that. It looks really good.
Is it called Godzilla -1?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
It is?
Yep.
Why? Anybody?
You have to,
I haven't seen the movie yet. After I
to
see
watch
it, I'll tell you.
So there's
Yep.
not done. So just -1. Okay. So
You have to
Godzilla
watch
got divorced. Gotcha. Go on.
you have to watch to find out.
I guess.
Number 4 was the Trolls movie, Trolls Band Together. Number 5, Disney's Wish. Poor Napoleon fell all the way to number 6.
Sacre bleu.
And one of our favorite movies of the year, Thanksgiving, at the number 10 spot. But 3
Figures.
weeks in, its total is $29 million. Its worldwide total is over 30. So it's still doing well.
I mean, I
Speaking of
figure it'd go down after Thanksgiving. You know.
It has done well enough to warrant a sequel, ladies and gentlemen. And Eli Roth is already hard at work on penning the script with a release date scheduled for I guess the same time, November 2025.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Another movie with a release date, Sonic the Hedgehog Part 3, is scheduled for December 20th, 2024.
I'm excited about it.
I do
Really?
like those movies, actually.
They're fun. I like them.
The Minecraft movie is back on track, which should begin filming this month or the next, and will be starring Jason Momoa.
I don't understand the whole, like, there's already like 50,000, like, kids don't care about a Minecraft movie. They watch other people playing Minecraft. Just put that on a big screen. Boom. There you go. Saves everybody money. So stupid. Good soundtrack on those games, though, but
Some
Some of them are really relaxing. Like, just like, you know, kind of chill, man.
Sounds of the 70s.
In death news,
Summer in the city. Or what? Go on.
celebrity death news this week.
Why do you do that?
We've set a record because we've set a record, ladies and gentlemen. Actor Mark Shepard died 4 times in one day due to heart complications. He was on his way to his doctor's appointment and he had some problems, but they brought him back. I guess 4 or 5, however many times. Math is hard. And he's in recovery and doing well. I don't think that record will be beaten.
Who's Mark? I know.
I'm sorry. Mark Shepard he was in Supernatural. He was kind of the shorter guy with black hair and a beard. He was in what was that other show he was in? Not Doctor Who. There was another one.
Doctor Who?
Crowley from Supernatural. Thank you, Jess.
Crowley.
I think he was also in a couple episodes of Smallville.
Maybe that's the other
I
one.
think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, there was another popular show he was in. Maybe it was Smallville.
I don't like Superman, but I love Smallville.
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar?
Maybe it's Supernatural I'm thinking of. Because I've never seen a single episode of Battlestar Galactica. So
Me either.
I don't know.
Yeah, who saw that shocker? Me never watching that.
All right, Chuck. I was back and forth on this one, but I figured why not? Because it's Christmas. This one concerns you. After our show last week, the Roadhouse remake made the news.
I did it.
I think people are watching our show.
I think so. They finally smartened up and realized that we have the great ideas that is going to rake in the money for Hollywood. So they're using us as their platform to get this shit out and make money. So cut us a fucking check.
I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Well,
Why
you
would
know
not
what?
take us seriously?
At this point, just fuck up all of our movies that we grew up loving. Just fuck them up. Just give us the money. Give us the money.
Well, concerning the Roadhouse remake, yeah, I know. It will no longer be hitting theaters as it's going to go straight to streaming on MGM Plus, which means probably nobody is going to see this movie. And it's most likely a result of producer Joel Silver's being fired by Amazon for verbally harassing 2 female executives.
Jesus.
You get fired for that nowadays?
That'll happen.
It's not the
I
80s.
think the kids call it canceled.
Ah, yes. Oh, and finally, our boy Nicolas Cage.
Oh, shit.
He's going to do about 2 or 3 more movies, and then that'll be it. He'll be hanging it up. But he did say he has interested in going to television.
That'd be
I can
fun.
see that. That's usually how it
Probably
goes, right?
for a lighter schedule as he wants to spend more time with his family.
He has a family?
I know. They said he's put out like at least 4 movies a year for the last like 10 years.
Probably more than that.
I feel like it was more
I
than
think
that.
he did like 6 this year.
He's been
That's
cranking.
it. I can't take it anymore. So Bad Santa. My first time seeing it. Well, okay, I'm going to get this off my chest now because the first time I tried to watch it on fucking Hulu. I pay for Hulu ad free. I tried to watch this fucking movie and I swear to God, every 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes worth of ads would pop up. So it kept taking me out of the movie. And so the first time I tried to set through it, I think I made it like an hour and a half in and I was like, this movie isn't very good. And everybody says it's funny, but I think the ad break, the constant ad break.
Is that what it is?
Kept taking me out of it. So anyway, I purchased the movie and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wait, you purchased it?
I did. It was on sale. It's Christmas.
We got Paramount. All you
What's a
got to do. Paramount Plus. What are you talking about?
I don't know what that means.
Weird.
Weird.
You guys want some
What's
sandwiches?
some sandwiches? What is it with you and the fucking sandwiches, kid?
What kind of sandwiches are those?
We got sandwiches,
Ham and cheese.
little sandwiches. Yeah.
That's why I like,
full sandwiches.
because Jess made a comment at the end of last week after we said we were going to do Bad Santa. She was like, I'm going to make you guys sandwiches. And I was like, huh? Okay.
What is
Now
it
I get the
with
joke.
sandwiches, kid?
Now I get it.
Excellent.
Dave was in the dark.
All right. So you bought the fucking flick, and for what? And what do you think now?
Now, what was my favorite part? Well, first of all, it was really good seeing John Ritter. That was a nice surprise. I think this was his last movie too.
Yep.
Was this
'cause he
his last
passed away
movie?
that year?
Yeah, they even do a memorial in the beginning of the movie for him.
I didn't see that.
Or at the end. Is that the
Oh
end?
yeah,
At
I
the
saw
end,
like in
yeah.
memory. Yeah, I saw
At the
that.
end of it.
But who thinks Billy Bob Thornton was not acting?
I was saying that as I was watching it. I was like, man, this is good.
You'd be surprised. Billy Bob Thornton is a weird dude.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
He
like,
comes off like a dickhead.
He's a method
like,
actor.
He's that good of an actor because like in person he's like I don't know how to explain it. He's a weirdo. I mean, not weird, but like different from all the characters he ever plays. I've met him a few times,
weird, but weird.
and it's like he tours with his band. He's got a band that he tours with, and
I'm a
he
hobo.
just like wears like a t-shirt, and he wears like a little beanie hat, sometimes a scarf, and it's just like he's very quiet and just like chill. So he's very, very different from some of the characters he plays.
He's an autiste.
Nah, he's a dickhead. I'm sorry, but I've watched this guy in interviews, and he's a dickhead. And yes, John Ritter's facial expressions are gold in this movie.
That scene when John Ritter and Bernie Mac and Bernie Mac's facial expressions too, like when John Ritter's talking to him, he just has this look on his face like, this fucking guy, man.
Secret serial killer?
What? Oh,
He's a very versatile actor. Everything from Sling Blade to Armageddon.
He's a good actor and everything, but he's just he's kind of a, I don't know, like he gets mad when he goes on interviews when they ask him questions like about his, like if he's going on an interview about his band, he doesn't want them asking questions about his movie career at all or anything. And then like on the interview, like the guy, I don't know, the guy, like he's not really saying anything bad, I don't think, but like, I don't know, he's just like not saying anything, and then he just kind of like gets mad, and he's like, I think that you were told not to talk about that, blah, blah, blah. And just it's like that every interview.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you're there to promote your band, because obviously, all these celebrities that have all these actors that have become musical artists, they try to take it very seriously. And if they're there to promote their band, you don't want to spend fucking.
No,
10
but the guy
minutes.
wasn't even. But the guy that he was still talking about his music, and he was kind of segueing into it. He just comes off it. He roasted it the wrong way.
He was trying to slip it in there.
I mean, of course he was.
Between the cheeks.
What was he said? Like, you're not going to shit right for a month? Or
A week.
Was it a week or a month? Well, either way.
It was a week. He said, you aren't going to SHIT, right?
Yeah.
which is weird because earlier on he said fuck stick. So he can say fuck, but he has to spell out shit.
Trying to say something's wrong with my gear?
Your gear?
My fuck stick.
He's not going to say that around the children, is he?
Yeah, I kind of.
He's got
It
low
should be
blood
low.
sugar.
There's such a good cast in this movie too.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, I kind of wish John Ritter had another scene or two.
Dude, my favorite part's Bernie Mac in the whole fucking movie.
Bernie Mac.
All his
has
scenes
got some good
fucking
stuff.
kill me.
Both of him.
Just his reactions are just great.
Yeah.
He's a good villain.
I like the weird shit he does. Like like whenever he's getting a pedicure.
I was just thinking that.
And he's
No.
Yeah, nah, use the gloss stuff or whatever. And
Yeah, the candy.
What's wrong with you, woman?
Get in there. And he's yelling at her. And then he busts that kid for shoplifting, and then he steals the kid's MP3 player. He's trying to give him like, oh, I caught you stealing, and I'm going to give you this motivational speech about how you shouldn't do things, and now I'm going to steal your MP3 player.
Pull your damn pants up. What's wrong with you kids today?
That kid just walking off all ashamed.
Wasn't that the kid from Soul Plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is his name? I would have to look that up real quick
He
because
was
I
on TV
remember
for a bit too, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing him a lot around that time period, and I thought he was going to be like some big breakout star, but
He didn't do shit.
yeah, he didn't go anywhere. Kind
The
of
last thing he ever really did was the MTV shit and Soul Plane.
like Andy Milonakis. Remember that fucking guy?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Like all those guys were coming out around that time, comedy shit, and then they were like a one-hit wonder kind of for comedy, and then they're off doing their thing. I don't know, whatever.
And I like scenes that are just goofy, come out of nowhere. So I think maybe another one of my favorite scenes is the dude from Office Space that shows up in the bar.
That's
elf fucker. Turn around, elf fucker. I don't know why. That one, I think that one might have cracked me up the most.
The sad part is we can't quote like half of this film.
Right.
I mean, we could, but
He's like, "Are you off your meds?" He's like, "Yes."
I am not gay. Like, it's so random. Like, okay, like
random.
he's just
That's the word.
he's at the bar drinking, and this guy, like, complete stranger, just like mean mugging the shit out of him, and then comes after him out in the parking lot. And I don't even know, like, did that guy just hate Santa Claus, or
Apparently.
what the fuck was that about? It was just like some random cameo. I don't
He's like, "Take it, Santa Claus."
Yeah. And we never know. We never find out. And that's just very funny to me.
And it's so weird because, like,
this movie is probably one of the.
he had just got done hooking up with that bartender in the car.
Yes, the bartender. How you doing?
Lauren Graham. So they just hooked up in the car, and then all of a sudden that guy shows up, and then all of a sudden the kid shows up. It's like, what were they doing while those two were fucking in the car? Like, what? Like, you got a kid and some guy that's fucked up off his meds, like acting like a nut job. I don't know. Weird scene, but funny.
Some movies.
So if any other ladies out there got a Santa fetish, hit me up. Oh shit, we lost a viewer after I said that.
Railroad.
I'm fine.
Like, nah.
I can take a hint. I got
I
8 reindeer outside. Only you.
No, this movie just like, I don't know. It's hard. I don't. It's really hard to like try to explain what kind of comedy this movie really is. Like, to me, I would just see it like it's almost like splatterpunk. It just needs a little. Yeah, it needs a little bit more violence and more sex.
Now when you say that, there's a lot of people that aren't acclimated to the idea of splatterpunk and what it's all about. Could you delve in that a little bit more and let the viewers know what you mean when you say it's kind of a splatterpunk type film?
Splatterpunk is a type, like, generally a type of book, extreme horror type stuff. Splatterpunk usually it's extreme, but it's also got like a humor to it. It's usually kind of gross, pretty violent, actually disgusting, depraved, but there's like humor all wrapped in it, I guess, sometimes, and weird characters and whatnot. And I think this everything about this movie just screams splatterpunk to me, because the characters just like are just so weird. I mean, like the kid and like his grandmother lives there, like in this big house because his dad's off in the slammer, and like then like Billy Bob Thornton like comes to live with him and all this shit. Like, and then there's he beats up this fucking bully. He's like, I don't know. There's just so many random moments, and just I don't know. It just seems like it would be. All it needs is just a little bit more violence.
I mean, the dark comedy in this film. This is such a very
dark comedy.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the vibe that it gives off when you talk about splatterpunk. It's very dark, and also the second one, because there's a lot of comedy mixed in, but there's a lot of truth to it, because a lot of these characters are like come from places where they've been abused. You hear Billy Bob Thornton's character, talk about the abuse he took from his father all throughout the film, and it just kind of set the tone for his whole life, where he's just miserable and he thinks he's worthless and everything like that. And then you got the kid Thurman, who comes along and he's not getting it from his dad per se, but he's getting abused by these bullies. So they kind of bond over those types of things because they're two completely different people, but they've been through shit where people fuck with them, and they can kind of relate on some level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every time. I was gonna say that every time that he's getting ready to like hightail it away from the kid ends up telling him something. He's like, "What the hell happened to you?" You know, then he ends up completely going almost like in dad mode. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy. Like I said, this movie's so many emotions because you got like the raunchy comedy stuff, and then you know the hidden in deep in the walls of the weirdness. There's like some kind of moral. You know, I don't know. It's got like sweet moments. And you're like, oh, and then like it totally gets you again with like something completely stupid funny.
Well, I mean, you kind of see Willie's growth as like progressed through the film too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a straight dick, only cares about boozing and money and bitches.
3 Bs.
That's what he says. Yeah, the 3 Bs.
Yes.
But then, like by the end,
it was
totally different.
Booze, bullshit, and butt fucking.
Yeah. Booze, bullshit, and butt fucking.
The fact that anal was such a fucking like that's a thing in this movie cracks my shit up.
So actually, I take it back. Maybe my favorite part of this movie were the times the bullies got beat up, or that one bully got beat up. I was like, yeah, kick him in the nuts, kid.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting kicked in the nuts, that's my favorite scene in the movie. Where they're fucking showing the kids some self-defense tactics.
Oh, the boxing ring?
Boxing ring.
Dude, oh my gosh. One of my favorite parts in that scene is when
Tony Todd falls.
When Tony Cox, yeah. Whenever he falls. Do you remember those like old inflatable like bop bags we had when we were kids?
Exactly what it is. Just boop.
Yeah. Whenever you know what I'm talking about, Chuck? The bop bags, like you would inflate it, and they would have like beans or something down at the bottom that would hold it. So then when you punch it, it comes back up.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And but like if you hit it, it just kind of bloop, drops down. And he looked like that. He just went down like a sack of potatoes. Where it was just like so. He was just so very straight. It was just so weird looking. I cracked me up for whatever reason.
He tells him to yell, and the kid's like, and then he screams, and he kicks him right in the nuts. And then he punches Willie in the nuts. Then he punches the kid in the nuts. When Willie punches him in the nuts, and then he's just like, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Every time I see that shit, I think I rewound that shit like 5 times, and they're just fucking stop laughing.
They're laying there holding their nuts, kicking at each other like their feet just flapping. Oh my gosh! But yeah, man, fucking Tony Cox. He's so much fun in this film. You know, him and Billy Bob Thornton are a great comedy duo, where you know. It's the bullshit banner, like you know, like how we always talk shit to each other, you know, but they're really talking shit. Like it's not like, hey, we're friends. Like right. I want to insult you, and then I want you to come back with something insulting, so I can insult you even more. You know, it's like
well, even like the banter with Tony Cox and fucking Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
So
we call him Thigh High.
Yeah. I'm 3 foot tall, asshole. How am I supposed to fucking carry him out of here?
Yeah, that's right. He wanted him to carry Billy Bob out. He was like, "Are you fucking serious?
Draw me a picture, Leonardo da Vinci."
that whole scene cracks me up though, because like I felt like that's a relatable scene almost when he's all trashed. He's coming in and he's like he gets all mad. He's just like beating the shit out of all that stuff and just goes crazy. Like he's hung over all the shit. Huh?
He was really drunk whenever he filmed that scene. He said he passed out at the bottom of the escalator, and the bitch couldn't wake him up. Like the PA lady was trying to wake him up, turn the key on us to start filming, and he was passed the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, we got to start filming this soon because I'm about to lay down and go to sleep. And he's like, and then like before the scene started filming, he fucking fell asleep at the bottom of the escalator.
That's hilarious.
He got paid to do that.
No, I just there's moments where like you've had too much to drink the night before. You're woken up to do things you don't want to have to do, like go to your job. You're not in a good mood. You're still half drunk. One little thing happens. Next thing you know, you're beating the shit out of things you probably shouldn't beat up in front of people.
I pissed myself. I pissed my pants. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know how they got through some of that shit.
Fuck no.
Probably a lot of takes.
Let's say we were watching some deleted scenes or whatever, and there was like the one scene where fucking they opened the door and fucking Tony Cox is gonna just be standing there, but he had a fucking Rick James wig on. I fucking lost my shit.
Like, why didn't they leave that in?
Then we watched that Billy Bob interview, and he said like the scene where he was actually shit faced drunk going up the escalator. That's like the actual scene they used from the take.
Oh, so he wasn't.
There's been some great scenes in movies where the people have actually been trashed to get in that. I mean, it was like Apocalypse Now or whatever it was with Martin Sheen. That famous scene.
The Nick Cage table flip scene in the fucking, what is it, Leaving Las Vegas or something?
Yeah. Man, there's a bunch of others. But yeah, I didn't know that makes a lot of sense. I was like, man, because I was sitting there watching this and I was like, I get it. I understand that frustration. I think I've probably broken a few things in my house before in the past when I've had those moments before I go to work.
Yeah.
You got some lip. You got some lip on you. Yeah, these lips were on your wife's pussy last night. Why don't you dust that old thing off every once in a while? just such good shit talking.
Bernie Mac always freaked me out. I don't know what it is. Yeah, there's just something about
in this film or just in general.
In general, I don't know if it's Bernie eyes or whatever. Like he's funny.
Yeah, he's got those crazy eyes.
But like he did, but like he like just I don't know. There's just something about it. Like he always just is one of those guys that you probably shouldn't like. If he says come to the back, you don't go to the back. You know what I mean? Like there's just something eerie about him, kind of creepy, like kind of I don't know.
Doesn't Tony Cox talk shit about like his eyes or something whenever him and his girlfriend are in the van waiting for him to come out?
I think something said.
He's like, there's that big bulldog-eyed whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. R.I.P. Bernie Mac too.
Yeah. All the great actors in this movie are gone.
Twin.
It's another one we lost too soon.
Oh man, there's the line that always cracks me up. Whenever he catches them and they're at the restaurant and he's trying to tell them how much he wants on the cut or whatever, and they're negotiating back and forth. Yes. And then at the very end, he's like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, this, I tell you how it is. This is Prick's Fix. And it's like, if you understand what he's trying to say there. It's prefix, where if you ever go to a fancy restaurant, if you don't know what prefix is, you go to a fancy restaurant and you just pay like $50 and they serve you whatever the food is that night. So it's already made up. The menu, you don't get to pick anything off the menu. It's like you pay and you eat whatever we're serving that night. So, he was trying to say it, but he says Prick's Fix. And Billy Bob Thornton's like, Prick's Fix. I don't know. That line cracks me up.
Yeah, when they're negotiating in the bar, that was pretty good too. I think he's like half. Tony's like 30, 35. I think he got all the way up to 48, didn't he?
49.
Because at this point, what's 1 point?
Yeah.
So good.
Billy Bob says something to him too, like, yeah, because you were so in control of that, or
give him shit about it. Fuck you. His negotiating skills.
Is that what you call being in control?
Yeah, I know we're all over the place in this movie, but fuck it, because there's just so many funny scenes. It's almost like the Naked Gun, like you're trying to play them all back in your head just to talk about them.
Well, I'm drawing a fucking blank now. It's kind of pissing me off because there was a couple of scenes in particular I wanted to like mention, and I'm drawing a blank on them. I don't know.
Well, calling him Blank Man.
Oh, he's the Blank Man.
He's the Blank Man.
We could do that one night too.
You ever seen Blank Man, Chuck?
Huh?
No? I'm going to take that as a no.
What just happened?
Oh, no, he probably hasn't. He hates Damon Wayans.
Oh. How do you know that I hate Damon Wayans?
Because you've said that.
Ah. Yeah, I'm not a big Wayne's
It
Brothers
all makes
guy.
sense now.
I used to love Baby Wayne.
Not a big
Dude,
fan.
a lot of the comedy in this movie too is just the fucking facial expressions in general. Because like the one scene I laughed a lot too was whenever John Ritter and fucking Bernie Mac are sitting there and he's like, "Can you find something on him?" He's like, "Yeah, there's always something." And he just looks at him and then it just cuts to the next scene. And by the end of that, I'm fucking dying because he's just like,
man, Bernie Mac's so straight faced with some of this shit, but like, I really wonder like some of these like how many takes they really had to do with some of these things, like we were talking about earlier. I would be able to do
had
it.
to be a few.
I couldn't even get through my fucking reading my fucking story like recorded the other night. Just like because of that same kind of shit. It's like, how do you say these words and show like that out loud without cracking up laughing?
We should read a passage from one of your books every day till Christmas.
On the 12th day of Christmas.
Maybe we'll do that tonight.
Actually,
if the
no,
viewers
that's
want to see it. I don't know. We'll see. If you're good.
If you're good.
Ho ho.
I get cold every year.
But I just see. I do that too, Chuck. I had something and I lost it.
Well,
Maybe
Chad was talking about reactions. Another thing that I love is just seeing the reactions of the parents whenever he shows up each time and he's all fucked up, and it's like just one thing after another where the shock and horror on their faces of seeing the Santa Claus just being a raving lunatic in front of their children.
Yeah,
and then
the children, and especially the reaction at the end when he fucking gets shot. Those kids were watching.
Traumatized. Fucking traumatized.
Yeah, it's like one of those movies where you're like, should I be laughing at this?
Yes, because I was cracking up at that. The kid's like, man, he's just getting shot. It's such a sad scene, but it's also like hilarious though.
Drop the elephant.
Yeah, at the same time, like he was bringing him what he wanted for Christmas.
The kid had to get his Christmas present.
Yeah. Although the scene where like he's trying to have lunch, like after
that's what I was going to.
Yeah, and the woman comes up like, and honestly, I don't blame him. Like he probably went a little overboard. But I'd be pissed off too. It's like,
a little in the middle of a food
just
court.
just a little bit of overboard. But like, it's like he's sitting there trying to eat, and like, oh, it's Santa Claus, and it's like very clearly he's not got anything on or whatever. He's just like, I'm trying to fucking eat lunch.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because his reaction seems so natural. Where it's like, the woman comes up with the kid right behind him, and she's like, "Look who it is!" And he's sitting there like eating, and he's like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah,
and then
he's got lettuce in his mouth.
And then she's like trying to, hey, tell Santa what you want or whatever. He's like, he got the mouthful of food. He's like, can't you see I'm on my fucking lunch break? Just at the top of his lungs. Yeah, at the top of his lungs in this food court, just yelling at this woman and her child.
If you think you can make my life any more miserable, take a fucking chance.
I mean, he really is a character that doesn't give a fuck. I mean,
he's this character is just so terrible. You know what I mean? He's just all the shit that Tony Cox says about him is real because he is his soul is dog shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That was one of my favorite lines too. Is soul, your spirit is dog shit.
Yeah,
but that was just part of like a whole nother tirade he was going on.
Well, it's like after the first heist, whenever he ends up moving to Florida and says he's going to kick everything. And then like the next scene, he's fucking behind a bar. So you think maybe he did open a bar. And then he's literally just robbing the bar. Like he's making himself drinks and shit. Then he's like, fuck you. And he's like, fuck me. Then he gets punched in the stomach and fucking gets thrown over the bar and all kinds of crazy shit. Then he's just fucking hanging out, eating a corn dog, drinking a beer, watching fucking some girls play volleyball.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a very despicable character, but he does so much comical stuff that you have that admiration for him a little bit. Just that little bit. Enough to keep you interested.
Oh yeah.
I know they get like the unrated version too. I think I didn't remember it in the other version. But fucking like after that he ends up going by the valet or whatever and stealing someone's car and going back to their house and fucking robbing their safe and shit. Mm-hmm. Right before they get called back to go to Phoenix. And he's all fucking happy. Wow. He's like getting those messages and the chick's like, Sir, I'm the lady that car you hit last week. Your insurance said they never heard of you. Blah 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 blah. And he's just like, fuck.
I don't know if I watched the unrated one or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
The unrated one's not bad. There's like I think 3 extra scenes in it, pretty much.
Oh, is it? Because I watched the unrated one.
There's a couple extra scenes, but not a whole lot. But they're pretty funny.
I saw there was another deleted scene with Sarah Silverman too. It was towards the beginning. Apparently, like all these Santas have to go to a class.
Santa training?
Yeah, Santa training, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's back there like mixing ginger ale with vodka or whatever. It was vodka he drank in the movie, right?
He drank whatever.
Oh, he just drank whatever.
It's like when the kid brings you some orange juice. He's like, "Here's some orange juice." He's like, "What's in it?"
What's in it?
Oranges.
he just sits it down. Doesn't even bother. Or like, whenever he wakes up, I don't know if it was when he was down in Miami or whatever. He wakes up and the almost empty beer bottle's there, and he holds it up. You see the cigarette butt, and he drinks it anyway.
He gets all pissed off because his alarm's going off, and he throws it across the room, along with like 6 bottles.
Yeah,
been there.
But there is an arc to the character because he does, in his own way, really care about what was it, Thurman Merman. You find out what his name is.
Is this really your name?
I right away I thought Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
And I think Julia Gulia from Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
And what was that other one when he actually did go out and light those candles or whatever on the sidewalk?
What the fuck's Illuminati?
The Illuminati.
And he does like it to his what he thought maybe was his last dying breath. He was going to get that kid that elephant that he wanted. And then he apologized in his letter, like there might be blood on it, but
yeah,
there was blood on the gift you gave me.
Yeah, that's right.
What is it? It's a wooden pickle. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, and he cut his hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why did you paint it brown? I didn't. It's my blood.
He cuts his hand, and he just goes screaming through the house with his hands all bloody. And then he's like, he's trying to help the kid and then wash his hand off and everything like that. And he grabs the alcohol and pours it on. He doesn't even tell him, like, oh, this is going to sting. Just pours on there.
It's going to sting a little. I forgot to tell you that.
And he tries to cook him dinner. He fried some bologna.
Yeah.
Tastes like a hot dog.
It's not a tostada. Throw some sauce on there. Now it's a tostada.
Oh, that's why you said that shit about the tostada. Yeah. See, I'm getting all these jokes now, all these references.
It's like 20 years worth of jokes that just fucking fell by the wayside.
Went over my head. Like I'm gonna have to think back now if someone offered to make me a sandwich and I didn't know what the fuck.
What do you think whenever Chad would say, "I am not gay"?
I was just like, okay. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Pretty much everything we say has come from like some movie. Like we're just walking.
It's true.
Fucking movie lines.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do that shit at work sometimes. People just get confused.
Same. Well, I'm just out and about.
For our own amusement.
The real bad thing is when you're like, talking with people who are a little younger than you, and you kind of forget that they have no clue about certain things you're talking about. A lot of times it's because of movie quotes that nobody's getting.
That makes it even funnier to me. If I can say something that's funny to me and nobody else gets it, and it's just like dead silence.
It's funnier.
Oh my God.
Definitely.
I love that shit. Like whenever
it sound weird.
Oh my God. Whenever Norm Macdonald did the Bob Saget roast, dude, that shit is the funniest stuff because he gets up there and he tells the dumbest. He tells the dumbest fucking jokes, and he knows he's trying to bomb intentionally, but the audience doesn't realize it. They think like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It's just like the dumbest jokes ever. And like the whole time Bob Saget is just like rolling because he knows Norm is fucking with the people. And yeah. I love that humor where you're secretly being funny for either your own amusement or just like one person's amusement, and everybody else is just like, what the fuck? Dice used to do that too. Dice would go to Dangerfields and
Swim away!
Dice would go to danger fields, and he'd intentionally go like late at night when there was hardly any crowd, and he'd just say random shit that like nobody would laugh at. You know, just like testing the waters, because it's like, you know, what can I get a laugh out of, and what just, you know, like if you go back to one album is the day the laughter died, because he's saying half the shit he's saying like nobody's laughing, or like one guy is just cackling hysterically, and you know, I love that. That's great comedy.
Yeah.
Swim away! Thank you for that. So, Mike, you saw the second one? Of course, I've never seen the second one.
Yeah,
I've seen it, but I don't remember anything about it.
I don't either.
So, was it bad? Did it even go to theater?
I think so. It was. I think it came out what 2016,
13, I think, something like that. Yeah.
I just remember Kathy Bates was in it. And that was it.
Kathy Bates, yeah, she did well. It just didn't have the same heart as the first one. You know, it has a lot of the lines, you know, the back and forth shit talking, and you know, I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Obviously, you haven't seen it, but it's similar to the first one, but it just doesn't have as much heart, I don't think.
I remember liking it, but like not thinking it was as funny.
So it's kind of like most of your basic sequels.
Kind of like Ted 2. There's like 3 really good, funny like parts in that movie, but like Ted 1 is hilarious all the way through.
So were the Coen brothers involved in the second one?
No.
Okay. It didn't sound like it.
Were they involved in the
Circle
first one?
gets a square?
What'd they do in the first one?
It was their story.
Was it?
I think they got I think they got the movie rolling. This was back in the Harvey Weinstein days.
Way back.
Are you sure? It says writers Glenn Ficarra and John.
Yeah, they wrote
Rick
the script, but the story was by the Coen brothers.
No, it was an original story. Like that was adapted. Okay.
Yeah. But like, how would you compare this one to like The Big Lebowski? Do you get the same vibes? Just wondered. I didn't either. I just wondered.
Aside from it being a goofy, like dark,
the banter,
fucked up comedy, and the banter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that. I didn't know they had anything to do with it. But yeah, I guess it kind of does make a little sense. Even I mean, like Bad Sam's a little more extreme with things, a little weirder.
Yeah. 2 different type of films.
Yeah, but they're both great. I mean, like I love this fucking movie. Like this movie's solid. I think. It's an amazing film. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Not for anybody that gets easily offended though. That's for goddamn sure.
Oh, 100%.
There's like
you could never do it today ever.
Yeah, there are some words that are used in this movie.
Oh yeah,
not totally fond of. Like they call the kid this over and over again. I hate it, but for the sake of the story, I get it. Those are the kind of people they are. You're not going to water down the characters. I know those kind of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're creating stuff, characters are supposed to be assholes. You got to make them an asshole. You know what I mean? That's why it never made sense. Like when you watch like in movies, like back in the day when, like, I don't know, like in PG movies, like the bad guys, like, oh, darn it, or some shit. You know, it's like, hey, you're not going to say that. You're going to kick somebody's ass and then, like, you know, say, shut up, you big meanie. No. You know,
yeah.
So you got to make them assholes, you know.
I couldn't wait to see that bully get what he had coming to him.
Oh, yeah, when he beat this dude, that part cracked me up, too. Because, like, he's in the car and he's getting ready to do, you know, he's all
ready
crying.
To kill himself.
Yeah. And, like, unalive himself. Stupid. And then he's like, he's talking about like the guys. He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck? And like, he's like, and the next thing, like, you know, he beats the shit out of this kid. And it's just like, it's great. It's like this kid keeps pulling him out of these dark places, even though he's still going to be in those dark places.
Yeah, and then he's sitting there and in the locker room or whatever, and he's like, I think I turned a corner today. I beat the shit out of some kids. And it made me feel good. He's like, you need many years of therapy.
I just like whenever like fucking Thurman's walking away from the fucking bullies and not even acknowledging that time, and then they throw a can at him and it fucking just bounces off his head.
Yeah.
He has like
no
emotion at all, just fucking keeps walking.
Doesn't sell that shit one bit.
No. Then he comes walking in there with his fucking underwear all pulled up. He's like,
what the hell happened to you?
Where's the rest of your underwear? A second thought, don't tell me.
Yeah. Jess's comment, Billy Bob could literally be another one of her uncles. What's funny about that is Billy Bob reminds me of an ex-uncle I had, my ex-step-uncle. He was a piece of shit, too. So maybe that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of but as an actor, I love him in his movies. But, like, I don't know, he just has, I don't know. Because I really hated that uncle. Because I was going to make that comment and go, he reminds me of that fucking asshole. Scott, if you're out there, fuck you. You dead already? Anyway.
Hi.
Shout out.
How are you?
Piece of shit. Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah. Maybe I'm starting to see like 2 and 2 why maybe I don't. Maybe the other reasons why I don't like Billy Bob Thornton. Just give him fucking red hair and yeah. Fucking idiot. If you take Axl Rose and Billy Bob Thornton, that's my ex-step uncle. 2 big assholes. Like whatever.
2 big assholes.
Holy moly donut shop.
But I think this is what it makes the performance so good is that the fact that he comes across so naturally as this asshole where, he's just everything he does is so despicable, but you still like him for whatever reason, It's like I should hate this fucking guy. Like he is a piece of shit. And oh my God, the one scene where he's in the mall and he's talking to some young girl while she's playing pinball.
Oh yeah,
and he's like slamming into the pin. You got to do it like this. And he's thrusting his hips.
You got to thrust
into the pinball machine, and then he's like here, and then she gets up and she's playing it, and he's thrusting his hips into her, and it's such a weird scene because she looks so young, and you're just like, this is fucked up. And then like immediately right after that, he's like talking to Tony Cox, and he's like, oh, she told me she was 18. That's like
he's like, we said you could go to the big and tall store only.
Yeah, no arcades. We agreed.
Well, then like Tony Cox fucking looks over there too as he's watching him do that, and he's just like, motherfucker.
Because I mean, what kind of 18-year-old girl is hanging out at the arcade?
Right?
I don't know. That's probably one of the scenes that I'm like cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I mean, that's the idea. Like he's supposed to do the most heinous shit. That's the kind of person he is. He's the bad Santa.
Yeah.
He's just a bad person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bad Santa. Bad person.
Like, hey, Opal, someone in my room?
Bad Santa.
I did see other actors up for that part was Bill Murray, Jack Nicholson, and I think De Niro was too.
Yeah.
They probably just called too much. Bill Murray, I
could see.
I could kind of see. Yeah, he plays a really good prick.
Reasons for that too, I've heard.
But Billy Bob was outstanding to this. A little too good. A little too naturally. Like
I think Billy Bob was perfect for this, though.
There was one part that always, what popped into my head was when I was watching, and he was like sitting there whenever he's actually Santa and he's seeing all the kids and everything like that, and he's like eating food and he's just stuffing it in his mouth and everything. Like he doesn't give a shit. Like every single kid he interacts with at the mall, there is no like decency in him whatsoever. He's just like talking shit to every single one of them. But he's like sitting there eating food. He's just being disgusting. And it reminded me of Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places. Whenever Louis becomes the drunken Santa and he has
ham in his pocket.
Yeah, he has the ham and oh my God, this is so disgusting. Remember when he's like eating the ham and it's like he's eating his beard along with it. And you could just see, because I can just, I don't know, because I've had like fake beard stuff. Like I've worn fake beards and I've gotten a little bit of it in my mouth. I'm like, yeah. But I can't imagine like eating some actual food with like it all entangled in there. Oh my God, it's so disgusting. But it reminded me of Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places.
I can see that completely.
What do you think a beard smells like after that?
Salty.
Oh,
Like a used gym sock.
That's one thing that sucks about whenever I get my beard really grown out. It's like I
Get your food caught in there.
Fuck knows what's in my fucking beard sometimes.
That's why anymore, like I fucking twist my shit up whenever I eat. Because it's hard to say what I'll find in there later. Especially if you eat pancakes or getting syrup in your beard's a mess.
pancakes. He took us in and made us pancakes.
Bitches.
And like that one kid, like sneezes in his face and gets like the
Oh yeah,
and he doesn't
I
clean
thought
it
that was
off.
disgusting too.
He doesn't clean it off. He just
Uh-huh.
keeps going. Yeah, so disgusting. He'll piss his pants. You know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But he gets a hot ass bartender. I don't get that.
Oh,
She got a Santa fetish.
oh.
Grew up in a Jewish home. That'll do it to you.
She's like, I like you.
I'm taking this out to home with me, ladies.
But I mean,
if I was dressed up,
The reaction of them whenever they think grandma's dead in the chair. And then he
Yeah.
goes
Oh,
over,
yeah.
and then she just wakes up and I'm making some sandwiches. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
At least just say Jesus fuck or whatever else.
Jesus fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm seeing that. At first, I'm like, oh no, she's alive. She's gonna pop a wig, and then like it's still going on. Like she's not fucking moving. I'm like, oh my god, she really is dead.
Yeah, they milk it.
Yeah.
Whenever fucking he eats a kid's advent calendar, and he feels all bad about it, and he comes back in and he has it all taped up, and he's like, it's a candy corn. He's like, well, they can't all be winners, can they? He just throws it away. And then like later on, he's like, there's a Tylenol on this one.
Because it's like every time, you know, he's so despicable, and then every time he starts
make up for it.
Yeah, he starts, you know, doing something nice, he does something even much worse. It's like, oh, he's befriending this kid, and then all of a sudden he's drunk and he sees the advent calendar, and he just rips it apart and eats all the chocolate. Like, what a fucking asshole, man!
Like who the
But
hell
then
does that?
once he sobers up, he realizes, oh man, I fucked up.
So he tries to fix it in his own way.
Yeah. Like, dude, and at the end, I gotta say, like the end of it when Tony Cox is getting ready to shoot him, and he's got that whole like spiel, and he's like tears are coming out and stuff. Like you kind of feel that a little bit. You're like, man, you actually for that split second, you want to change. We believe you. We know it's coming later on.
He's like, you guys are terrible people. Do you need all that shit?
And it's kind of
he even says, for God's sakes, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a general statement. Whenever he says that, he's like, you guys are monsters. Do you really need all that shit? You know, it's kind of a blanket statement to society because you look what, you know, it's like, hey, you've forgot the meaning of Christmas and what it's like to just kind of, you know, be thankful and have your friends and your family and all that. And because we've put so much emphasis on the gifts and everything. And it's like, oh, we're so obsessed with having all this nonsense bullshit that we don't realize that the monsters we become. It's like, hey, fucking, you know, come back to Christmas. You know, you're losing it.
Meaning of Christmas is the love on Santa Claus.
Oh shit, Santa Claus. But I think, you know, as much as I enjoy the banter between Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox, I think what really makes the film is the relationship between Billy Bob Thornton and Brett Kelly, who plays Thurman Merman. Like, they are awesome. It's that What's that?
Is that the kid from Trick or Treat or no?
Yeah.
It is the same kid.
It was.
Yeah.
That's
The one that gets poisoned by the principal.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Such a good.
such a good performance by him too as a young kid. I mean, he plays that kid. You know, we all know how kids are, where they want to ask a million questions to adults. And the best part is, you know, he's so dismissive of everyone else in this film, and for some reason he entertains this kid. And it's like every time the kid asks him a question, he has an answer. It might be some random bullshit answer, but it's some kind of answer. It's some kind of quip that's funny. And I just love that back and forth between those two as well.
It's like, your beard's not real. Yeah, it all fell out. What happened? He's like, I was with a dirty woman.
Mrs. Santa's sister. like, where are the reindeer?
I had to stay here for a few days. I had a little falling out with Mrs. Claus, and she put me out.
I stable him.
And what's he say? He's like, are you the real Santa or whatever? And Billy Bob's like, no, kid, I wear this fucking outfit as a fashion statement. I'm really an accountant.
And the kid's like, oh.
It's like, what do you want for Christmas? A snot rag?
He's like the ultimate smart ass. Like he really is. I think Billy Bob, like Thornton in general, is just like one of like the best smart asses because he has a similar character in a lot of movies.
Yeah, like Bad News Bears type shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like even like a Monster Ball, that drama he was in years ago. Like he was kind of very similar character than he is in this, just a more serious role in that one.
We know why you watch Monsters Ball, Chuck.
Shout out Holly Berry.
Could be.
Make me feel good.
There's one part that made me actually laugh out loud where the kid comes in with the advent calendar and he's explaining it to Billy Bob Thornton and he opens it up and he reads it. And it's just like, oh, whoever David's going to Jerusalem, blah blah blah, and it's just like one line of a story, and Billy Bob Thornton goes, "That's a great fucking story." The way he delivers it, it's so sarcastic, but he sounds sincere. Like, that's a great fucking story, and he's like, "Oh, that's not all of it." But for some reason, that just cracks me up. It's just like the delivery on all these retorts is just so on point.
Yeah.
Jesus, kid, watch the nuts.
Oh man.
Oh shit, there's more. I'm just not.
I'm drawing blanks too. I don't know.
And there was something about with Bernie Mac when, like, the slurping sounds, like they turned the volume up really loud, and it's the same when Billy Bob was eating that salad. The crunch, it's like they turned the volume way up on those sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. But Bernie Mac still looks menacing even when he's eating a fucking orange.
Mm-hmm.
He's drinking his colon blow or whatever the fuck. Fucking Bernie Mac's great in this shit.
Yeah. Is he in the sequel too?
No.
He's not.
No. He died.
He died before the second came out?
Did they say he died? Well, I guess
died.
they did actually. Yeah.
He's dead in the first film. Not in real life. Like his character was killed.
He's a damn good actor. He was great in the first one. He's dead in the first one. Jesus Christ.
No, they killed him.
They hit him with the
car. They ran it.
They lured him out there to give him a jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, here. He's like, I'm 3 foot tall, asshole. I can't put them up there myself.
Okay.
And he fucking gives him the jump and turns around and she fucking crushes him with the car.
Maldick don't want shit. Maldick's dead.
Then he walks up with the fucking little jumper cables and zaps his neck.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew he did something else to him, but I can't think of what it was.
Good one.
But no, great movie. I'm happy I finally saw it. It took me 20 years, but whatever.
I can't believe you just saw it. I figured there's something.
I'm not surprised anymore.
Are you
This
fucking
kid-
with me, kid?
This kid just saw Shawshank, last year?
Yeah, I think so. I made this like really long bucket list of movies I haven't seen before, and it's kind of surprised me because there's a lot.
No.
I think I saw Caddyshack for the first time last year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. We made fun of you about that one too.
There's no way. I mean, we've watched that shit so much.
You said
we've
that
had to.
same thing, actually, Mike.
That's what I'm saying. It's unbelievable to me that he would say these things. I don't believe it. I think you've had some kind of amnesia.
Believe it.
Some kind of
I've seen,
temporary
random
amnesia.
parts, like the scenes with like Bill Murray and stuff. I think I saw before. I don't think I saw any of the second one before.
Cinderella Girl.
Of Caddyshack. Yeah, I didn't like the second Caddyshack.
Second one's a bit weird.
Doesn't have the spirit.
But you work in a video store. I work in a shitty video store.
Yeah, we still have VHSs and our VCRs broken.
Yeah.
3 VCRs.
Although I like Dan Aykroyd in the second one. Mrs. Esterhouse.
Oh, I forgot he was in the second one.
The food truck guy.
Yeah, we fucking rented out our only good VCR in here like 15 years ago. We never got it back.
Sons of bitches. You can find him at yard sale.
I paid him back though. Tore up his membership.
I don't tell him. Better show him. Such a fun holiday film, but it's one of those ones that'll never be like, you have your, I can't even say this anymore because whenever we were growing up, it seems like the shit that I saw all the time was It's a Wonderful Life. Like it would be everywhere Christmas time, and now it's you got The Christmas Story that's on all the time. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a couple other ones that like do like a whole day of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. There's some others, but this one will never be one of those where we're just gonna watch this all day long because it is just so offensive to today's society.
Unless we change that right now, folks, we need to make sure Bad Santa becomes one of those favorite like movies that you watch every year on Christmas, along with Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Carol and Christmas Story. You need to make Bad Santa a part of that as well. So everybody should watch that movie. Everyone should just watch it, post about it. Let's make it a thing.
I can't even watch fucking Christmas Story anymore because I've seen it so many fucking times growing up.
They would literally play it 24 hours.
And they still do fucking 30 years later.
Oh, my dad, growing up, that was A Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation. And I watch Christmas Vacation every year, just about. But Christmas Story is just...
See, the only thing I really lived for back when I was a kid was fucking Rudolph, the fucking old stop motion shit. Like, that shit was dope. Like, that and Frosty and the fucking Island of Misfit Toys. Like, that was my shit. Like, I didn't care about nothing else. Like, I, to this day, don't think I've seen Miracle on 34th Street or any of them shits for all the way through from beginning to end.
You haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Not all the way through, I don't believe.
Fucking George Bailey.
That's a good one.
Fucking Zuzu's Pedals. Zuzu's Pedals. There they are, Bert. There they are. Hi, people.
Hey.
I mean, maybe we might have watched it in like fucking music class or something in like elementary school or something stupid, but that'd be about it.
They played it like before A Christmas Story was a thing. It would be It's a Wonderful Life, fucking all day long.
I was usually playing Nintendo and shit until Rudolph came on.
My dad would leave it literally on whatever was it TNT or whatever that comes on and does that whole nonstop. My dad puts it on and just leaves it on. So when we used to have Christmases together and all that shit, it was like you watched A Christmas Story 5 times in a row before you were like my mom used to like go upstairs and change the channel, but
it's time to turn this shit now. This is dumb.
Yeah. Christmas Vacation I could still do it. There are some movies I'm just like oh yeah, and my son keeps trying to watch Jack Frost. You can't tell me. See, that's the thing. There's also the stop animation Jack Frost or whatever the fuck too, like the kid one. I guess.
Yeah, I remember
so Dax, we were going through movies one day, and I was trying to find a Christmas scary movie that we can watch that isn't too bad with for him, which is really difficult for Christmas horror movies, by the way. And he saw Jack Frost, and it was like the cheesy, campy horror movie Jack Frost. Right. And I was like, no, bub, we're not watching that. We're not watching that. And he keeps on about wanting to watch Jack Frost. I'm like, no, we're not watching that movie. And yesterday he just kept on and kept on and kept on. And I was like, no, you're not watching that movie. It's not for kids or stuff. And he's like, I'm talking about the one for kids.
Oh,
fine, kid. Then watch that one. Every time that we pass the horror movie one, he always says it was. I'm like, it's not the one you're thinking. He's like, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. He's gonna
Are you fucking with me? I love when they're playing checkers.
I meant to say something about that earlier, but I forgot.
And he just keeps his finger on it, and he's moving around, and he's like, "Go pick something and stick with it." And he jumps and he's like, "King me," and he just takes the board and throws it.
Are you fucking with me?
Yeah, because the R-rated comedies like this, I don't know if we'll ever get them back. They were really hot back then in the early 2000s. I mean, you had this, you had Old School, Van Wilder, all those kind of movies.
That's because all the American Pie movies were fucking hot back then too.
Yeah, American Pie. I think that's what got them started too, was American Pie.
Like Road Trip.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw something. I don't know if it's true or not. We might have to look into it. But American Pie 5, I think they said that they're getting ready to do a new American Pie movie, according to Sean William Scott.
Why?
Because they all need money.
Why do we need that? We do not need that. American Pie. It's dead. They've already done it.
Tara Reid and her funny nipples need money.
Oh,
I don't. That's you would think it's dead, but I mean now it's a completely different scenario because it's like they're not in high school anymore. They're all grown up and everything.
But they already did all those sequels and shit with all like the fucking like.
It'll probably be like the new Bill and Ted, where it's like their kids bullshit.
I thought I was thinking it would be more like the Grown Ups, the Adam Sandler one, where
that too.
It would come across as that, like, oh, now we're adults and our kids are in high school and they're going through whatever the fuck. So probably something along those lines.
I don't give a fuck. American Pie needs to just stay dead.
Fine, pie fucker.
Who gives a fuck? I mean, honestly, like, god damn it, there's no originality anymore at all.
Well, duh.
It's fucking.
Jesus pie fucker.
Ho.
Well, shoot your eye out.
The bad Santa movies.
What?
I mean, don't remember the second one, but this shit's fucking funny. Like, I forgot how funny it was too, because I haven't seen this shit in years until we just watched it. And
I think it's
a winner.
New go-to Christmas movie for me.
It's definitely for adults. It's one you should pop in during the holidays, just to have a little fun. It's not a family flick, but it's one of those ones,
I watched this and Violent Night the other day.
Violent Night. We never talked about that. What do you think of Violent Night?
That shit's funny. I like how towards the end though, John Leguizamo does his whole fucking Halloween 2 thing and is like, Christmas must die tonight.
Yeah, I thought that movie was actually pretty funny.
It wasn't bad. It was
what
fun.
I thought it was going to be.
It's one of those movies you can kind of like not really pay attention to and still have fun with it.
I did watch It's a Wonderful Knife the other night, though.
I watched that too.
Doesn't hold up to Santa's Sleigh, though.
No.
I watched It's a Wonderful Knife the other night too. Not bad.
Not great.
Justin Long. No,
I thought at first I liked it, and at first I wasn't sure if I liked it, and then when I realized that it's actually a Christmas movie that has horror elements. Like usually you don't get that. Usually the Christmas part of it is just Christmas and everybody's dead and blah blah blah. And this movie, like at the end of it, it actually ends like a Christmas movie, like
right,
like
happy ending type shit.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's all right. Was it great? No. Was it fun? Yeah. It was Justin Long fucking annoying and wanted to punch him in his fucking mouth. Yes,
always.
He was perfect. I love the fact that he's in so many of these fucking horror movies. Just he's a great asshole in these fucking movies.
Like
and this one, like,
that movie fucking killed me. He looked so fucking goofy, yo. Like he was cracking me up. As soon as I saw him, I started laughing.
Yeah.
We never talked about Christmas, Bloody Christmas either last year.
We didn't. Oh man, that one's good. That's
what
I'm kind of watching there. I have my Christmas horror movies that I watch like getting closer to Christmas.
That movie there, I'll probably end up watching sometime this week or next week.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We're less than 3 weeks away from Christmas, man. It comes and goes so quick.
Yeah,
I know.
Has anybody popped in Silent Night, Deadly Night yet?
No, not yet. It will happen at some point.
I want to see the new Silent Night though.
But
yeah,
Chuck? What are you waiting for?
Garbage day.
Jesus Christ. No, usually because usually like on Christmas, it's like on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. At Christmas Eve, I watch Black Christmas, and then Christmas Eve I watch Black Xmas, or Christmas Day I watch Black Xmas, and somewhere around there I try to watch all the horror movies I can, but like during the day when Dax is around, like I put like the more Christmas Vacation, Krampus. Dax likes Krampus. That's one where he wants to watch.
Well, you said you watched the Mean Ones the other day too, right?
The what?
The Mean One.
Oh yeah. Well, he didn't watch that with me, but
No,
yeah,
I'm saying
actually,
you watch it.
yeah. No, I actually had to turn it off like the last little bit because I had to go to sleep. But I was enjoying it. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it the next couple of days. But
I haven't had a chance to watch it myself yet.
The way that they do it, for those that they don't know what I'm talking about. The main one is it's the real story of the Grinch, but they don't say it. He's the mean one, and they do it great. They really do it wonder and the fact that old dude that plays Art is
David Howard Thornton,
the mean one. Yeah, like you can tell that it's him too.
Yeah, definitely check some of these out that we've been talking about.
definitely check them out.
I'll make you a
perfect.
list.
Perfect.
We'll
If you've seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, we talked about them last year for Christmas, so we can go back to our page and check them out.
I'll make her a list of things to watch.
I watched Gremlins again the other night. You know, that's a fun little holiday film.
Oh yeah, that's what me and Dax are watching Friday. It's Gremlins and Krampus. We're gonna have a double feature. Maybe if he will allow me to have my own TV back.
Nice. Yes, I love Gremlins.
That's a good one.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's so fun.
We did that last year as well, didn't we?
Did we? I don't know.
We did.
I think we did what? Gremlins and Die Hard or something like that?
We were doing double features.
Or no, it was Gremlins and Scrooged.
Yep. Gremlins, Scrooge,
okay.
and
Die Hard and
Jack Frost.
Yeah.
What do we already have the what we're doing the rest of the month and all that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
What are we doing next week? Do we know yet? I know we're live, but
We'll get there.
okay. All right.
That's coming.
Coming soon. But first, it is now time for our random clip of the week.
We're not going to do final thoughts. We're just going to fucking
I thought we just did final thoughts.
I mean, we started to, but then we kind of went.
Oh,
okay.
We're talking about
sorry.
we're talking about every other Christmas film, but
Yeah, we got sidetracked with other films.
Bad Santa, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I dug it. It's fun. I'll definitely be watching it more.
It's like I said, it's a really fun dark comedy. You know, the performances from Billy Bob Thornton, Brett Kelly, Tony Cox, you know, those stand out the most. And R.I.P. John Ritter, Bernie Mac, they did a great spot with their small parts as well. Just good, well directed as well. Terry Zwigoff, he does a good job. There was things when I went back and watched it this time that I noticed that I didn't notice before, and it was just like how much he incorporated like the classical music along with scenes. Like you're watching like stuff going on in the scene that's like fucked up, but he incorporates the classical music and it makes it that much more enjoyable to where, you know, it's like, oh, you know, they're doing this. Oh, there was one scene that stood out to me. I don't know why I like this or whatever. Whenever he's breaking into the safe and he's swinging the sledgehammer, and then Tony Cox has the
He got the golf
club, and he's trying to chop down the mannequin to get to the wool or whatever it was. That's that thing that she wanted.
It was like a foxtail scarf or some shit.
Foxtail, yeah, some kind of a shawl or whatever. But fuck the loofah. Let's get out of here. But yeah, it's just stuff like that where there's details that line up with not just the music. You know, he incorporates the classical music and the Christmas themed music and everything like that. And the way it just kind of wraps into the scenes is very enjoyable, I thought. And it's just little stuff like that if you go back and watch it, you'll pick up on it. And it just, I think it makes it that much better. But yeah, overall, like I said, great flick for the holidays, you know, for an adult group. Yeah, put it on your list.
I think I'm going to make it a drinking game. I think I'm going to make it actual rules out at some point.
What's the rule?
I don't know. I haven't thought of it yet, but I'm just saying I think it'd be kind of fun.
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
How about a drinking game? Every time Willie drinks, you drink. See how fucked up you are at the end of the film.
That'd be rough. I will say like the their plan is ingenious too. Like fucking robbing stores during the holidays, dressed up so they can case the joint all fucking month long, and then just Tony Cox in the fucking Santa or the snowman suit in the very beginning when they rip off the first mall, fucking sliding down the escalator. That shit cracks me up. And then like the second one, he's hiding in like the air duct and then rides it down and then falls out on that table. Mm-hmm. Then he has to jump down the fucking escalator shit again. Like that, like their whole plan is fucking great. Like I think it would actually work. Maybe not today, but back then, definitely.
I was actually surprised it worked. I was like, shouldn't they have like these guys' fingerprints all over everything? Like they didn't.
You would think.
They weren't using gloves or anything like that. Like they showed how they turned off the security cameras. So, like, yeah, they're employees at the mall, but why would these employees' fingerprints be all over the safe? You know, because they're not taking the safe with them. Whatever, semantics.
Yeah, because he beats the shit out of the last safe.
No,
it's like piece of cake. There we go. So your clerks give Bad Santa 2 thumbs up.
and a great way to start off this holiday season here at the video store.
Yes.
Now it is time for our random clip of the week. Our random clip generator selects for us a random clip from a random movie, and we see what happens.
Randomly.
Let's see what happens.
Hit the button.
If we get canceled this
Hit
week.
the button. With the button.
Look at those guys. Protecting the surface.
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck was that from?
Random clip generator. What the fuck?
I think it's broken.
It needs an update.
For a minute there, I thought, whenever it first came on, I thought it was going to be a clip from Ray Stevens' Guitar Zan music video.
Yeah, that was the generator's been popping up some weird ones lately.
It does that.
It does that.
It keeps us on our toes.
Hey, you
I
guys
love
want
that
some
it's out of
sandwiches?
context.
Want some sandwiches? Anybody want some sandwiches before we go? Some sandwiches?
I might start making sandwiches and shit before we do this shit. I don't know what we're doing before we do this shit.
And now, what's going on in the store next week?
Next week, well, so
Great.
Wonka comes out on December 15th.
What does?
Let's take it way, way back to 1971, and we'll do some Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Hang out with some Oompa Loompas and eat some fucking chocolate.
Charlie.
Next
the
week.
Chocolate, right?
That's what we're doing.
No.
Was it Willy Wonka? I thought it was
Charlie and the
Charlie.
Chocolate Factory
Depp.
is the Johnny
That's
Depp
a Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're,
I get
we're
them
not
mixed
gonna,
That's the book.
we're not going to
I
touch
get them
that with
mixed
a
up.
10-foot pole.
Nah.
The only
That's the
part
book.
of that, the only part of that movie that cracks me up. There's one line where, like, where Wonka is showing all the kids everything. You know, everything in here is edible. Everything, yeah, even us. But that's called cannibalism, and that's looked down upon in most parts of the world. I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Other than that, that movie sucks.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing next week is Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Yep, in preparation for the new Wonka film coming out, starring Timothy Chalamet.
Do I have
know.
any say in this at all anymore? I just feel like I'm so left out.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's a classic. I like that movie. It's
Yeah.
not what I would have picked, but whatever. Willy fucking Wonka.
Willy Wanker. I'm used to that movie.
I was just hoping. That's cool.
The spirit of Christmas is running through me. I just pissed my pants.
Dave's not kidding. That's just not. That's
Yeah, you can't see it. He really did.
mhm. Mhm.
You had 2
So
sick days, bub. We made plans during your sick days.
Yeah, and you never even wore the damn turkey hat. All right, this is your
Hey.
penance.
Look, man, my mouth was swollen. I couldn't talk.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder
hey.
why.
Because of peroxide I put in my fucking mouth and my fucking
Oh,
infection. What are you talking about?
why was your mouth swollen?
Because my fucking teeth have been killing me. the fuck? Gonna have surgery next week. I'm not gonna be on the week after either. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But my face will be covered up.
That's when we're doing Black Xmas.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
We
We
sent
did
you
it
the
for-
calendar, Chuck.
Did
Yeah,
you?
we did it. Yeah, we did it. For
I
you.
haven't. I have been so busy lately.
Doing
I
what?
don't-
That segues into our promotional segment.
What?
Chuck Nasty's original
yeah.
stories are available on Amazon, including Thirsty, Sludge, and recently House of Flesh.
Thank you.
Amazon bargain deals, $30, all three. Stocking stuffers. Great reads.
Great gift. Great reads.
Yes. They're great for any family member that likes extreme horror and don't have triggers and yeah. I mean, just buy them. Just buy them, and if you don't like them, use them as toilet paper.
Burn 'em.
Just
Burn them.
Buy
Buy them. Burn them.
And,
Buy another one.
If you buy my book and you don't like it, then send me a video of you burning it. Okay, I'll make a nice little collage. I hope you enjoy it. I don't really want you to burn them, but whatever. Just buy them. Please buy my product.
Buy the book.
Because there's more coming.
How's the album coming, Chuck, for the Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat?
Bastard Sons of Judas Goat's new album is done. We are trying to do a video for the first single that we're going to put out of it before we put out the album. The holidays and whatnot have just so I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully here soon. Got some good ideas. We can just get it together. Hell yeah!
You heard it here, folks.
There you go.
Hell yeah! See, it's amazing. But yeah, it should be. We should have that out before too long, but we're pretty proud of it. I can't tell you the title of it because it's long, and I keep forgetting it. I'm not kidding. We're not even
The
title of the album, but
the title of the album is "It's Long" and I keep forgetting it.
might as well be. Our band. That's how our band name is too, though.
I heard.
You
I heard a rumor on Reddit. I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you can confirm. Are you guys going to be touring with the new Kiss avatars?
that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, Kiss
Or are
going
you gonna be
digital.
touring with Limp Bizkit and Corey Feldman?
Limp Bizkit.
I don't see any tour with those guys that's for sure.
They're going on tour together for some reason.
Are they really going on tour together?
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
What? Who? Okay, Corey Feldman and who?
Limp Bizkit.
Limp B-I-Z.
Are they really going on tour together?
Yeah.
You fucking with me?
Oh.
We got to go to that show.
We thought there was a fight between Rob Zombie and Manson happening, like back when they were touring.
They always try to do these nostalgia tours. Why don't they just do something fucked up like that? Like Limp Bizkit, Corey Feldman, Weird Al Yankovic. I don't know, like just a bunch of fucking random shit. You're like, what the fuck am I watching? But it's really cool.
Tenacious D.
There you go.
You
Yeah,
know?
record. A while.
It's nothing
it's
but
just
collabs
weird.
for 3 hours.
That's called a jam band, and they have festivals for those. On the festivals I go to. But, I mean, I'm cool with jamming. I'm cool with just like that, whatever. I like Santana and shit like that, but God, there's some. I went and saw Smashing Pumpkins years ago, and that's when they first came back out again, and half the show is them just jamming around next to like their big hits. I'm just like, it's been 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure Bullet with Butterfly Wings is over. Like, thanks for the 15-minute fucking like guitar solo, Billy Corgan.
Well, you know what, Chuck? Despite all your rage, you're still just a rat in a cage. Oh, I got some cheese over here for the rat. Come on, little rat boy.
And the fucking rat.
Should I read an excerpt from the book? Because I kind of want to do that now.
Rat
Sure.
Here.
Which book? Which book are you reading from?
Sludge. I
Higher.
feel like I should be in front of a fireplace. All right.
So you're gonna read some of this, okay?
Dickworm. Okay.
Oh, we don't have time. I'm sorry. We'll have to get to this next week. Sorry,
We can't get Matt. We can't
Matt
get to
Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah, we
Matt
can't get
Damon,
to
we're
Matt
sorry.
Damon tonight. Sorry.
What the fuck, man?
This is from Sludge. Dickworm by Chuck Nasty. God, that's one tight pussy, he shouted, resting his hands on the back of the woman's shoulders. He had raised his left leg up on the bed to get better speed, also to keep that thrusting steady. That's it, baby, the woman cried out. Fuck this shit out of me. Get your copy now on Amazon.
There is like turkey and salami all over my wall.
I told you.
On my laptop. Yeah, you got to give me an advance warning.
That's hilarious. I didn't know if you were gonna go with that one line or not, because I
picked the top of the page.
Oh fuck!
Well, there you have it, folks.
There you have
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back again
Next Tuesday
at 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, look at that. See, we sold one, Chuck. It worked.
Nice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I need like a fireplace green screen next time. But that's okay. Once again, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next Tuesday.